castle on the hill. High above the small town of Willowbrook, on a lonely hill, stood an ancient castle. The townspeople often whispered about it, calling it the ghostly castle. They said it had been abandoned for centuries, and on certain nights, mysterious lights could be seen flickering through its broken windows. Ella, a curious and adventurous girl, had always been fascinated by the castle, while others avoided it. She felt a strange pull toward the old, crumbling walls. One bright and breezy afternoon, Ella decided it was time to uncover the secrets of the ghostly castle. As she made her way up the hill, the wind seemed to whisper in her ears, "Beware, beware," but Ella was determined. When she reached the castle, she found the massive iron gates slightly ajar, as if inviting her in. She pushed them open with a creak and stepped inside. The castle courtyard was overgrown with wildflowers and ivy, but it still held a kind of eerie beauty. Ella noticed a stone path leading to a grand entrance, its wooden doors decorated with faded carvings. With her heart pounding, she reached out and pushed the doors open. Inside, the castle was dimly lit by shafts of sunlight streaming through cracked windows. The air was cool and filled with the scent of dust and old books. As Ella explored, she found herself in a vast hall lined with portraits of people who looked like they belonged to a different time. Their eyes seemed to follow her as she moved. At the far end of the hall was a spiral staircase, winding up into the shadows above. Ella hesitated for a moment, then began to climb. The stairs creaked under her feet, and the sound echoed through the empty castle. When she reached the top, Ella found herself in a small room with a single window overlooking the town below. In the center of the room was an old wooden chest, covered in cobwebs. With trembling hands, Ella lifted the lid. Inside, she discovered a collection of letters tied together with a silver ribbon. The letters were addressed to a girl named Isadora, written long ago by someone named William. Ella carefully opened one and began to read. The letters spoke of hidden secrets, a forbidden friendship, and a promise to meet at the ghostly castle. But the last letter was different. It was a goodbye. Suddenly, the room grew colder, and Ella felt a presence behind her. She turned around slowly, and there, standing in the shadows, was a ghostly figure. But the figure wasn't frightening. It was a young woman, her face kind and sad. "Are you Isadora?" Ella whispered. The ghostly figure nodded. "I have waited here for so long, hoping someone would find my letters. William never returned, and I have been trapped here, longing to be free." Ella's heart ached for the lonely ghost. "What can I do to help?" she asked. "Take these letters and share our story," Isadora said softly. "Let the world know of the love that once lived in this castle. Only then can I find peace." Ella promised to do just that. She gathered the letters and carefully tucked them into her backpack. As she turned to leave, the ghostly figure smiled, and for a brief moment, the entire castle seemed to glow with a warm, golden light. When Ella returned to Willowbrook, she shared Isadora's story with the townspeople. They listened in awe, and soon the tale of the ghostly castle on the hill spread far and wide. The castle was no longer feared, but remembered as a place where love once blossomed, even in the face of great sorrow. And as for Ella, she became known as a girl who brought peace to the ghostly castle on the hill. For more stories, like and subscribe our channel.